Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming on here today just to give you updates on the promotion and to do kind of a little promotional promo, so to speak. So tonight, he's not coming on as the crippled Messiah, and I'm not coming on as the Heartbreaker. Tonight, we're coming to you as Nathan Noss and Anthony Wagner, co-owners of Inclusion Pro Wrestling. So what we'd like to start with is a quick little thank you to the sponsors that we already have. Kevin Wasson, Precision Power Washing, Dotai Tattoo, North American Tarps, Rugged Made Products, Kathy's Clutters Events and Event Center, El Ranchero, Los Jalapenos, Bruce Nichols Painting, Burgerville, Longview Kelso, and the CARE program. Today, I'd like to just work with Nathan here on just what the promotion means to him and why we started this promotion. So I'm going to just give the floor to Nathan. It might sound like a testimonial, but for you sponsors that are thinking about sponsoring us, we appreciate it. We thank you. And now I'm going to turn this over to Nathan.
Thank you very much. So I have, for those who don't know, I have cerebral palsy. And there's many forms of cerebral palsy, but mine is a mild case where I can still talk and function in daily life on a high functioning level. My passion is professional wrestling. And about 20 years ago, I was told I went to a training school in Kelso with the excitement and the wonders in my eyes and in my heart that I would finally be able to live my dream and be involved in a sport that I've loved since I was 3 years old. Unfortunately, when I got to that training school, I was told that I wouldn't be able to be involved in wrestling because I was in a wheelchair. And with wrestling being a physical sport, those two didn't really match up that well. So that's kind of where they were coming from. But I didn't let that stop me. I would come back every day telling them that I would just watch, learn that way. And they begrudgingly told me that I could. I think it's because they didn't want to look bad, but begrudgingly they said that I could. Later on, they let me be a commentator and a booker, which is the person that sets up the matches and tells people, and kind of helps out in the back. But I think they did that because they felt they wanted to make themselves feel better, and they had to give me something to do because I wasn't going anywhere. Well, that ended about 2 years after it started, and I kind of had given up on my dream, but still held it in the back of my mind, thinking, as everybody does, that there might still be a chance, but you just kind of give up on it, push it to the back, and go on with life and the things that you have to do. Well, it took me 20 years, but I was finally able, with help from my family and saving my Social Security money, to buy a professional wrestling ring. Now, for a wrestling fan, that's like buying a Ferrari for like a car. But then it came down to, what do I do with that wrestling ring? Well, the obvious choice would be to start a wrestling promotion. So with the help of a great team that I put together and some amazing people already in the wrestling business, we are launching Inclusion Pro Wrestling. Now, what is Inclusion Pro Wrestling? Inclusion Pro Wrestling is what the first word says. It's inclusion. Inclusion means nobody gets turned away. Nobody gets told they ever could not do anything. If you have a dream to be a pro wrestler, a referee, a commentator, whatever the case may be in pro wrestling, come join us. Watch a show. Uh, you know, be involved in the show. It doesn't matter. Even if you come for like 5 minutes and you try to do something in the show and you realize that it's not for you, that's fine. But at least you got to live that dream. And you will never be told that you can't, like I was told that you can't. You will never be told that you never will, like I was told you never will. Um, the other benefit to Inclusion Pro Wrestling is that 3 of the 4 people on our board of directors have physical disabilities. Uh, this is a promotion that is gonna change the world, not only for wrestling fans, but for disabled people. For example, our first show on November 25th at the Ray Church in Kelso will be a toy drive for Shriners, Randall's, and Dornbecker Children's Hospital in Portland, along with a food drive for the Ray Church uh, food bank. And for anybody that is wanting to sponsor, I first of all, I thank you if you decide to sponsor because it truly, truly helps. And second of all, thank you for not only helping me, but helping every person that had a dream with a disability that was ever told that they couldn't do something in their life that they're truly passionate about, make that dream a reality. Thank you very much.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about your promotion. Why inclusion? Why the name? Why so passionate about it?
Inclusion's a thing that people kind of just gloss over, I think. They think everybody should be included, and that's easy to say, but it's not always an easy thing to do, especially because people look at people with disabilities and are scared sometimes to get to know the person inside. And what Inclusion Pro Wrestling wants to do outside of putting on some amazing wrestling shows is to prove, regardless of what your disability is, regardless of whatever problems you may have, you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to and anything that you're passionate about.
Okay. So are you going to be a community-based show? Are you doing all benefit shows, or what sets your promotion aside from the other promotions?
The majority of our shows probably will have some connection to a charitable promotion. I know, like I said, the first show that we're doing is the toy drive and the food drive. I know that we're doing a Special Olympics one, which is another thing that's near and dear to my heart. In tentatively in June, we're still working out the details on that one. But besides the charity side, what'll set our promotion apart is just the family atmosphere of and the feeling of you know of camaraderie and community.
So your first show is when again?
November 25th at 7 p.m. at the Rain Church in Kelso, Washington. And doors open at 6. Show starts at 7, from 7 to 10.
Why should people sponsor you?
Because people always need a chance, right? People need encouragement, and they need maybe not so much a boost, but the the backing to make their dreams come true. And again, you're not only helping me and the team that I put together um, help our dreams come true, but with this promotion, if you sponsor, you'll be helping future generations of people that want to have their dreams of being a pro wrestler, a commentator, referee, or whatever the case may be come true as well.
But you're in a wheelchair. Why are you starting a promotion, and why can you guarantee that people with other wheelchairs can be part of your promotion? What is there that they can do?
Well, they can do commentary. They can ring announce. They can uh, manage. They can uh, help people with tickets. They can help out in the back. There's a plethora of things that people in wheelchairs can do, but it's not just people in wheelchairs. It's anybody with disabilities or anybody that has anything going on that might deter them from being a pro wrestler or being involved in pro wrestling in general.
So for the sponsors that are thinking about sponsoring, what do they get with their sponsorship?
Well, as you see on here, we also have a podcast, so they would get a shout out at least twice a show, and we do a show every day, sometimes 2 shows a day. We've actually done over 150 shows. I believe it's 152 at current count. Plus, we are planning on doing some radio and a newspaper and possible television spots to promote the Inclusion Pro Wrestling. All sponsors would be included in that. Plus, all social media shout outs on all of our social media accounts, plus the Inclusion Pro Wrestling Facebook account. And we're currently in the process of starting a website.
But what do your sponsors get at the show? Why would we want them to sponsor the show? What do they get at the show?
They would get a chance to sponsor a match and or sponsor a wrestler. So if you had a wrestler, let's say that you liked, that maybe it was wrestling from your hometown, that maybe if you are from Longview, Kelso, and somebody came in, or you're from Portland that were wrestling from your area, and you wanted to sponsor, and your company wanted to sponsor them, you could do that. If you wanted to sponsor the main event, which is the main the main match, you could do that. If you wanted to sponsor the whole show, you could do that. And not only that, but you could set up a booth and have like flyers and coupons if you're a restaurant, or shirts, or anything you would want to promote your company at our show.
So is November 25th your only show that is in the works as of now?
No. As I said, we are doing one on November 25th, but we're also planning one on New Year's Eve. And that one, tentatively, and it's still within the planning phase, but one of the exciting things we've talked about is possibly having a New Year's Eve party afterwards for the wrestlers and for the fans and sponsors to celebrate the new year along with us. And then, of course, we'll be doing the Special Olympics one in June to help support the local Longview Kelso Special Olympics, to help fund their state games and uniforms and other things that they might need.
Well, I actually think it's going to be Special Olympics Washington, but you're on the right track. But
yeah, sorry about that. Special Olympics Washington.
But again, okay, so again, this is one of the co-owners of Inclusion Pro Wrestling, Mr. Nathan Noss. Again, we're not going to call him the crippled messiah tonight because this is him being real. Now, the other half of this. And we're going to try to make this short and wrap it up here in a couple of minutes, so I won't go on a long-winded rant. Our sponsors are like family to us. Our sponsors get us the matches and the wrestlers to make these shows possible. Without you, the sponsors, there would be no Inclusion Pro Wrestling. Without you, the sponsors, there would be no Inclusion Matters podcast. Without you, the sponsors, there would be no Living Nathan's Dream. So sponsors, even if you can only donate a little bit on our small sponsorship package, every little bit helps. But for those that just want to give because it's the right thing to do and because you believe in our product and our program, then please just help make a man's dream become a reality. These people at the wrestling school never gave him a chance, and they basically stole money from him and kicked him out of the promotion or the training school before it even got started. Luckily, in a couple of years, like you was saying, it folded, and it's taken him 20 long years to get a promotion up and running again. So our goal is a show at least once a month, if not every other month. We're kind of biting off a little bit more than imaginable right now, but hey, if we don't shoot goal, if you don't shoot high on your goals, what is there to look forward to? So the November 25th show again is at the Rain Church. The December 31st show is still to a location to be determined, but ladies and gentlemen, we promise it's going to be big. Our ticket prices for this first show are $20 general admission, $25 ringside. And for our sponsors that come in, you get VIP tickets that can get you backstage access to our wrestlers, autographed merchandise, banners at the show. We'll even set tables up around the show so you guys can sell your own merchandise and help you guys out as well. So as far as sponsors, again, like I said, we want to thank our sponsors that we have now. You guys mean the world to us. Hopefully here before too much longer, we'll have a little bit longer list of people, but we are community based. We are here in Cowlitz County for Cowlitz County, for the people of Cowlitz County, because we live in Cowlitz County. And our sponsors, as our new slogan says, and we will actually get it up on this somewhere shortly, we are changing lives one match at a time. And it says on there at the very bottom of our thing where inclusion matters, because that is what really the point is. Inclusion matters in everything. As Nathan said, he's a big supporter of Special Olympics, as am I. So again, whatever you guys can do, whatever you guys would like to do, we're here to help. Tickets for our November 25th show go on sale soon. Please see Kevin Watson, American Family Insurance, on Ocean Beach Highway for tickets. You can contact Nathan Noss or myself on Facebook for tickets. Moving forward, we're going to try to do some of our card on our podcasts here later. And Nathan, is there anything else you'd like to say before we close this out?
Actually, I would. There's a different way I want to put this, right? As we close, I want, if it's possible, I want our potential sponsors to put themselves in our shoes for a minute. We've all had dreams that you wanted to do. Heck, your business that you have now, which is wildly successful, once was a dream. But I guarantee you probably didn't do that dream by yourself. You had support, encouragement, and other things from people that were around you, people in your community. That's what I ask you today. Just as people helped you accomplish your dream and succeed in your business and make your passion a reality, help me and help the team at Inclusion Pro Wrestling do the same thing.
So with that, we're at a 20-minute promo. We were only going to try to do 10 minutes, but sometimes when we're passionate about something, it happens. So on behalf of Inclusion Pro Wrestling, Cowlitz County, we're here. We don't plan on going anywhere. So please tell your family, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, for all we care, to come out, watch the show November 25th. We promise you we'll sell you the entire seat, but you're only going to need the edge. And help us change lives one match at a time. So until next time, for Mr. Nathan Noss, of course, the co-owner of Inclusion Pro Wrestling, I am actually Anthony Wagner, the other owner of Inclusion Pro Wrestling. We will see you on the podcast very, very soon.